Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers, Facebookians. Today I'm going to be playing some music in the background while I talk to you about my past. Mind you, I have my favorite hat with me, the one that my mom wore. So let's get to the music. So, first of all, I want to talk to you about my past. My past is really interesting because growing up I was in special education, as people know. One of my subscribers said in a comment that I just checked on today that he liked my videos and he liked what was in it for the past and talking about my family and my life. So I want to share some more with you today. And I got Moppy with me. See, he's a little cutie, isn't he? Of course, my own dog's not happy because, you know, he's looking at me funny. So, today I want to talk to you about school. Now, growing up, I was like the Rain Man in school. Right there, the old Sony Watchman. Raymond, I spent a couple $100 on a little TV and you prefer to watch the clothes dryer. Turn it off. Where are you going to be when the Walkner's on? I got a black one too, by the way. Check that out. I also had some Casios all over the place. One of them I cannot find at the moment, I'm sorry to say. But I have some color ones somewhere. Anyways, we'll get to the color ones later. I also have color Watchmans around too. But here's an example. This is the Casio. I used to take little TVs to school with me and watch them. I really, really wanted to watch them because I find TV to be interesting. This is my snow dog, Eskimois, Canine Eskimois, or Canine Americanos Eskimois. His name's Blizzard. Look how cute he is. There you go, son. Now, growing up, I was probably one of the few people I can save to the bell that had my own cell phone. That's right. I had to have not just any type of phone. I had to have the elusive bag phone. Car phone, built in. The antenna I gotta rebuild. But, let me show you this. Had a battery, took everywhere. Could order pizza on the bus. Yeah, isn't that something? I had to have a cell phone. Yes. Came in this little trusty thing and had a car charger with it. Car phone in a bag. Now, growing up, I grew up with the NES era. Sega Master System came later. Sega Genesis came later. How I got some of these things, I was a little cretin, a little thug at the time. Wanted something? I would just go and order it online, and well, it would come to my door. And, well, my mother, she knew exactly where it came from. Wow. So yes, that was just one of the pieces of growing up, you know. Another thing that I grew up with was I wanted a Sega Game Gear for my birthday. I got it, you know. I saw something on TV about the Sega or the Atari Lynx. I got that. The Atari Lynx 2. I got that. Atari Jaguar. Got that eventually on layaway. The NEC TurboGrafx. I got that. Some of the games I grew up with were great back then. I mean, RPGs. Mama plunked me down with an RPG and I'd play it for hours. I had more of a problem with Super Mario Brothers. I could beat the game, but I had a lot of problems with it because Mario wasn't really a game. By the way, this is Animal Crossing's Jingles theme, or the Christmas theme. So, growing up in school, I want to tell you a story. Angela might think this is weird, but it's going to come out eventually anyway, so I might as well be honest. And by the way, Mr. Jet Black, thank you. I do think of Angela often, and I'm not a pushy person. My assistant, who's playing Breath of Fire 3 at the moment, we're doing a joint game. Certain areas I can't get past. It's kind of boring and tedious. They made Breath of Fire 3 a little longer, but I'm going to brief you on a game. I have the box somewhere. Manual, everything completed, but growing up in the 7th grade, I always envied girls, you know, their clothes and stuff. So during 7th grade for me, 8th grade for this girl was wearing a polka dot dress. Now I said, you know, that is really cool. Well, the girl took an interest to me. We started, you know, seeing each other junior high, doing things together. So one day, I told her, you know, I wanted to be a girl. And, well, let's just say the dress ended up in my closet. Same with bras and everything else. Well, when my brother was doing stepbrother was doing a house cleaning of my clothes, there's a couple outfits that I like. One was I confiscated from my sister, which my mom wore once, which was an all-white skirt and top and blouse that had to have matching shoes and stockings. Well, let's just say my sister was pissed when she found out it was in the dump. Yeah. So, what about this girl? Well, in the end of the year, we lost friendship because she wanted her clothes back, and I told the teacher, well, she gave them to me, finders keepers. Or not finders keepers, but, you know, possession 9/10 of the law type thing, you know. Well, it didn't go too good. She was like, oh, well. So after that, when I got into junior high, 8th grade, she was in 9th, and I saw her once. She had her hair cut. She was really... But anyways, one of the two things that I kept over my childhood, over the years, some call it the binky, some call it something or other, but I've always made jokes with women who are like, so, you know, my favorite clothes, as a lot of people know, is tights. I don't like thigh highs because you can't mix them. It's more of a thing for turning on your significant other in a bed. But when it comes to tights, my security binky that she gave me, I've kept preserved. It's been washed many times, but lately it just sits in a Ziploc bag, wrapped in 4 other single Ziploc bags right here. It's got runs in them and everything else, but I can't part with it because, well, she gave it to me. Now you're probably wondering how weird, but here's the story. I've always made a joke with people, girls, they can get the specific types of tights. You know, it's me, I'm weird. That would be a good gift for me, replacing this pinky with a new one, and that one would go in the safe. Well, this goes under my pillow at night. So, yeah. So that binky as well is mine. It will always be mine. And, you know, I always joke with I have Filipino friends, and Filipino girls and others that I know, and they're like, oh, what do you want this gift? Well, I always make a joke with them. They're like, you send tights, things will get done. Well, I got drawers and drawers of this particular brand of tights. I don't know. It's just something about it, you know. Told them you know, they had to wear them and bring them back to me, and then I'd stick them in a Ziploc bag. But it's been so long, you know, that it's been like 3 years since I brought it up to someone. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you on that. One of the games for my birthday, it was a role-playing game. The battery started failing, so I have to get it replaced. But it was an $80 game back then, and I spent probably over 100 plus hours playing it. The original was good, you know, so... one of my favorite things that I'm still trying to track down, and I finally did, was a copy of EB Games' Christmas catalog for 1993. That was my favorite Christmas catalog. It had games galore in it and everything else. Well, that's what I based my Christmas one year, you know, on that aspect. So, Yeah. And another thing I want to share with you all in my past is when I went to Australia, yes, I took this with me to Australia. When I went to Australia, I was pampered over there. I had whatever I needed, you know, I never complained. Well, one day I got a letter, and I want to share this with you all today because I think it's time in this video. One day I got a letter. The letter was from my mother. It says, you can disown me if you like, but I gave your stepfather, he was not a biological stepfather, didn't marry my mom, I adopted him, the key to your storage shed, and he cleaned it out. I was furious. So you lost all your property. Well, as you can see, I rebuilt a lot of it. And over the years, I had to come with compromise. So that was one of the videos I made in one of my other channels, or improvising. So anyways, story goes, when it comes to music again, when it comes to my future, my past, I came home from Australia to try to make some sense out of it. The missus sent me home. So we went, she says you'll be back soon. I went home, I tried to face the music. My sister said, oh yeah, he robbed you, he did this, he did that. My mom says, I'm sorry, I should have trusted myself with the key. Lost all of it. I had arcade machines, I had pinballs. I'm still going to rebuild them. Problem is, living in an apartment, you need more room. So I'm hoping one day I can work with Angela and get a little house. Not too big, but that's the goal. I mean, I want to complete my goals. I do want to help complete Angela's goals. That's how much I love Angela. But let's get back to the story. Finally, I go to stepdad and I ask him. He says, no, your sister had the key. I had to watch what she took. Eventually, when my mom died on her deathbed, it turned out my sister robbed me. But I lost everything I owned. Well, I'm rebuilding it still. There's things I want that isn't on my original list. And guess what? My original list was complete pretty much. Now I got updates and stuff. However, certain things, you know, I'm getting to the mature age, and I will talk about this in another video of certain things. Maybe tonight I'll do it, just for the heck of it. But the bottom line is, I'm up there in age where something isn't acquired, it doesn't really matter. I mean, we got a lot of things going through the pipe already, so, you know, I'm not really worried at all. So, why am I here? Simple. I'm here to tell you all that my past, I lost things. I got kind of angry at the time, losing everything. $100,000 in a storage shed was not something you want to lose. Now, I'm at peace with myself. The only time I'm not at peace with myself when I have restless nights is when I can't sleep because I'm worried about Angela, the future. So, my childhood was really good, for the most part. Like I said in the last video about childhood memories, getting on my bike, riding down for that money order so I can get those 6 or 8 games, making a few phone calls off and on after helping stepfather out with certain things, placing the huge order for games and then having him come in after, you know, or coming home and mom like, oh yeah, your order came in, and being so excited. I mean, heck, I was a rascal. I did things that a child shouldn't even get, you know. So, with that said, I just wanted to share with you some of my memories as a child. I mean, I was spoiled. I wanted bunk beds. I got bunk beds. I wanted a day bed later in life. I got a day bed. I wanted a little TV thing. It had a tape deck in it. And a 9-inch color TV with a tape deck, equalizer, radio, detachable speakers. It was the ultimate mini home entertainment center. I had to have it. I got it. I had plenty of games in my life. I mean, here's another story. I used to go clothes shopping. My mom's boyfriend would take us clothes shopping with my mom. My mom would be taking him and his kids. She had to pay for most everything, by the way. That's how it was. And I wasn't interested in the game, in the clothes. I was interested in games. I'd be interested in going in and smelling the nice aromas of the pipe tobacco in the knife shop in the mall before they stopped selling pipes and tobacco, cigarettes in there. I used to enjoy going to EB Games, Babbage's, Software, etc., and just enjoying myself, so technically, in the past, it was great. I mean, I'd go to the World of Nintendo. They have this touch screen. You'd sit there and you push it, man. The new Zelda! Do. And it's like, all right. My mom would be like, when's it out? All right, pre-order it. Oh, you want this game? Okay. One time we went with tax return time. I came home with stacks of games like this. My sister was already over 18, so she's like, what'd you get, Mom? Oh, you're pampering them. Maybe, but I just love that freaking day. The warehouse, Software, etc., Babbage's, you name it, World of Nintendo, Game Pros. I mean, we hit up every game. Fred Meyer's. I mean, I had stacks like this. Now, I regret not getting rid of the boxes, but I can still rebuild them in time. I mean, do you really need the boxes? No. You can put the boxes in a little plastic case, and you can put the case in a special box in the wall and say, these are my games that are complete. Oh, yeah. Like, that's really going to be nice at this time in my life. As long as the battery works, fine. Doesn't, you go and send it off to that one guy. He fixes it, puts a battery in it, and then you sit there and play it for another 20 years. Those are the games that I grew up with. Nowadays, they don't make games like they used to, I tell you. Eventually, though, discs will be so warped and cracked and stuff that the games will probably disappear. Now, that's why I try to protect my game collection as best as possible. Yeah. Music CDs, I love music. It's another hobby of mine. Books, I got into books later in life thanks to Aaron. So, the bottom line is my childhood wasn't bad. Christmases, great. Birthdays, not bad. I was spoiled, but it was because I was special education, life skills. Some say a needy person. Others would say just because I was born with fetal alcohol syndrome. Anyways, bottom line is, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of my past. I will try to get some more information on those color Watchmens eventually and bring them out to you, because I remember, Oh, I used to have big screen TVs too, by the way, in my past. I enjoyed it. Had to have a nice TV in my room. When Hitachi came out with the 60-inch TV, I had it. When ProScan came out with the 80-inch TV, I had it. When Mitsubishi came out with the 70-inch TV, I had it. Nowadays, I'm using a 26-inch TV and content for games until my layaway's paid off, and then I get a 55-inch, which will last me plenty of years of service. So with that said, please add and subscribe if you like. Please post comments in the box, and please add me as a friend if you like. Thank you, and have a nice day.